Good morning, this is Kristofer with another Steep Spiritual Sustenance offering. If you notice something a little different, must be that I got a haircut not that long ago, or could be that I was out in the sun a little bit yesterday and got a little bit of a burn. But it might also be the outfit that I'm in. I don't know that I'd call it an outfit, I guess, but that's the first word that came to mind. It's puzzling, it brings up lots of questions. Who is this guy, and what does he think he's doing? If you have not heard any of the recent reflections that I've offered, or been around the St. Thomas Epiphany community for a while, you likely don't know that this past week I took vows as a novice in the Anglican Order of St. Francis. Yes, the Episcopal Church has religious orders. It's not widely known, but our church has a number of them in different expressions of the church. So we've got Benedictines, Franciscans, Dominicans, and then a couple of others that just kind of have branched off in different directions. So there are a lot of religious orders out there. We just don't encounter them very often. So I believe that I have been a Franciscan for most of my life. Sure, it has a lot to do with the person of Francis of Assisi and actually Clare of Assisi as well, and the context and history that they came out of in ministry. But it was also very much the way that their spiritual lives helped to shape the communities that they were in and to reform the church in that time. I am one that thinks that our religious communities are some of the most important expressions of Reformation in the church's history. And so as we find ourselves in this challenging time, I'm grateful to be entering religious life at this point. Now, I'm not a nun, not a monk. The term in the Franciscan tradition is a friar. You probably have heard that tradition or that traditional name before. What I'm wearing here is a tunic, and this is a cincture. As a novice, and I'll be a novice for 2 years, I wear a cincture that doesn't have knots. The knots symbolize the vows that we take. The cross is a partial form of the Tau cross, which I'll say more about in a little bit. And then with profession vows in hopefully 2 years, I'll receive what's called a cowl that forms the habit. It's basically like a hood. And if you've been around long enough to meet Brother Les, you probably saw him wearing one. But anyway, being a Franciscan has very little to do with the outfit that you wear, and more about the way that you live your life, and the way that you try to follow Jesus in a radical way that is about love and justice and peace. So while this expression for me feels incredibly true, I know it's not for everyone, but I am grateful to be on this journey, and I'm grateful to have a chance to share it with you. So I know that you have many questions. I have many questions, because while I've been in formation for a while now, probably about 2 years formally, since my sabbatical, the first leg of my sabbatical began, I still just have many, many more questions than I do have answers. But I invite you to ask questions of me about this. I've gotten some good ones as I've shared on social media this big step in my life. In many ways, I feel like I'm coming into my own in a new way with this. It doesn't change the fact that that I'm a husband and a father, that I'm a priest, that I serve among you at St. Thomas Epiphany. The Franciscan practices really will just help to shape and encourage and strengthen and hold me accountable within the ministries and the relationships that I have. But I am incredibly excited to have these brothers that mean a lot to me, to be a part of a brotherhood, someone who has 5 sisters. I've always wanted brothers, and so it's really joyous to have those relationships and to walk in faith with them in that way, and in fact, getting to know them, because it's a dispersed community around the world. All of our gatherings, except for one, are online. And so as we have faced into this pandemic, frankly, over the last 2 years, I've learned a lot from them about how close church can be through virtual expressions online, how you can grow in community in that. And we, I think, are trying to apply a lot of that learning now during this time of COVID-19. But dispersed, as Franciscans have always been, we're all over the world. I got to spend some time with one brother who's in Ghana, a couple of brothers that are in Canada, and most of them are just scattered around this country. Brother Les is the closest one to us, and he just lives in Lutherville, so that's a real special thing for me, and I know it was for us in the St. Thomas Epiphany community. So what else to say? It's a really exciting time for me, and I'm glad to share it with you. I didn't wear my habit this morning. It's not a vestment. They're clothes, and in fact, it feels more to me like skin, like a second skin. But I will at times wear it as part of our community and worship life. What I'm hoping to do is have a chance to do a liturgy with you all online, to have Laurie and Amy and Brother Les and maybe a couple of others help in that. And so that hopefully will come in the next few days, but I wanted to get a chance for you to see and experience this. I know it's a little jarring. It's still so new to me. So I share it with you as I send peace and all good to you. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to our next conversations together. Hopefully you'll have a chance to log on or call in tomorrow for our virtual coffee hour. And if not, maybe you'll send me an email or a message with questions that you have, and I can include them in my next reflections. So, thanks, and God's peace be with you.